Hey, good day everybody. This is how to sharpen your chainsaw. Okay, so now for this thing here, you just take your file, so it goes, see that file? That's down, and you're gonna place it right in this tooth right there. And as far as the angle goes, that's where these things are nice to have. See this line here? You're going this way. You want to hold it flat, so you want to have the file perpendicular to at a 90-degree angle to the saw blade, but you want to follow the angle this way. And how you do that is, see that 30-degree angle? You want that parallel. See how it's lying parallel right now to the saw? So you want to keep it at that angle. You're not worried about this back one right now. That's for the other side. These things get sharpened at about a 30-degree angle as they have it marked there. So you'll just take it now, and you got your starting point. There's my green link right there. So I'm going to start just right behind that green link in this direction. So you're gonna file all the ones going this way first, then you're gonna flip the saw around and file the other ones. So there, this thing just perpendicular. You can barely see. See how I'm parallel to the blade? So you're just gonna go you want to do the same amount for each tooth. So we're gonna go, I usually do about 5 or 6. Let's go 5 for our sake here. So we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next one. Not that one. Here's the next one going that same direction. I'm lining it up with that line right there. It's parallel to my blade. 1, that didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get the idea. So you got to repeat that a whole bunch. Now we'll do it to the next one, then to the next one, and then once we do all of those, then what we'll do is flip it around the other way. See, now that we're going the other direction, we want to use the back line. So now we're going that direction. This back line, you can see that stays parallel with the saw blade. So same thing there. Get your good starting point. Do 5 on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I like to do is even put a little pressure with my finger on there, and you're pressing down, and you're kind of pressing to snug it up against that tooth. So your pressure's kind of coming down and then this way. So you're hugging that tooth right there. Angle's good. Do 5 on each. 5. And repeat. Okay, now you might be going, hey, why'd they give me this flat file for this saw? What do I need this for? Well, here's the other part of sharpening a saw. A lot of times with new blades, your rakers here, right in front of the pointy part of the tooth, sometimes these need to be, a lot of times these will need to be flattened out. So you'll take your flat file and do the same thing, do 5 on each. Because what happens is, pretty soon as you file these down and they get worn, this will actually be lower than your raker there, so it's not going to be able to catch as much of the tree on there. The cutting ability is going to be reduced. So same thing here, except now you're just going to go keep it perpendicular, and then just do the same for each on all your rakers. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever that number is, whatever it needs. I'd start with about 5 to 10 on the rakers and do the same thing all the way around. Do 10 strokes with the file on each one. See what that does. If you need more, start over, do 10 more on all of them. That way you get a little more throw here on these teeth. And really that's it. Simple as that. Make sure your blade, your chain is nice and tight. When you put this thing back on here, it should snap back. You should get a little bit of that. It's almost just barely too loose, but I can live with that. Maybe just another quarter turn to tighten that up. But that's it. That's the basics on sharpening these things. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.